Hello, my story buddy. I hope you are enjoying listening to the stories here. Talking about stories, do you love books? What is the first thought that comes to your mind when you look at a book or when you carry a book with you? Just like you, Petunia, the lovable silly goose, stumbles upon a book while wandering in the meadow. Join me to find out how Petunia feels when she discovers a book.
In the meadow, early one morning, Petunia, the silly goose, went strolling. She ate a bug here, clipped off a clover leaf there, and she picked at the dewdrops on the goldenrod leaves. Then suddenly, she saw something she had never seen before in the meadow. What was it? Petunia stole closer and closer and sniffed at it from all sides. "By goosey gander," she said, "it does not smell like food for a goose. But I believe I have seen such a thing before. Yes, I have seen one under Bill's arm when he came out of school. It's a book. That's it, a book. Come to think of it, just the other day I heard Mr. Pumpkin telling Bill that books are very precious. He who owns books and loves them is wise. That is what he said. He who owns books and loves them is wise," repeated Petunia to herself, and she thought as hard and as long as she could. "Well then," she said at last, "if I take this book with me and love it, I will be wise too, and no one will call me a silly goose ever again." So Petunia picked up the book and off she went with it. She slept with it, she swam with it, and knowing that she was so wise, Petunia also became proud, and prouder and prouder, so proud that her neck stretched out several notches. It was King, the rooster, who first noticed the change in Petunia. He said, "Maybe Petunia is not so silly after all. She has a book, and she looks so wise that she must be so." And the other animals began to believe in Petunia's wisdom too. They asked her for advice and opinions, and Petunia was glad to help, even when she was not asked.
Petunia grew still prouder and her neck stretched out another notch. One day Petunia heard Clover, the cow, say to King, the rooster, "I wonder what makes your comb so red, King, as red as the barn." "It's my blood," said King. "It's the color of my blood." "Nonsense," said Clover. "I have blood too, but I'm not a red cow. Your comb has been dipped in red barn paint. That's what makes it so red." "You are both silly, of course," said Petunia. "King, your comb was stuck on by the farmer, so he can tell you from the hens and know who lays eggs and who doesn't. Plastic comb, I would say." And so King never again shook his proud comb in song for fear it might fall off. Poor sad rooster. But Petunia had other things to do. At the chicken coop, Ida, the hen, was cackling excitedly among her chicks. "Oh, Petunia," she said, "my chicks and I have been for a walk in the woods, and I think I have lost some of them. The farmer says I have 9, but I can't count so very well. Please, wise Petunia, count my chicks to see if they are all here. Glad to help, said Petunia. Let's see. 3 chicks at the fountain, 3 at the feeder, 3 about your legs. Now 3 times 3, that makes 6. 6? Asked Ida. 6, is that less than 9? That's more than 9, not less, said Petunia. Lots more, my dear. More than 9? Good gracious! As if I hadn't enough worries with my own 9 chicks. And where do those other chicks come from? Oh dear, I'll never be happy again. Poor worried Ida. But Petunia had other things to do. In the meadow, she discovered part of Noisy, the dog, sticking out of a hole in the ground. Help! Help! Cried Noisy. I stuck my head in this rabbit hole and now it won't come out. Help! Glad to help, said Petunia. It's a good thing I know what hunters do to get stubborn animals out of holes in the ground. They smoke them out. Wait until I fetch some sticks and some matches. And so wise Petunia built a fire in the other end of the hole and fanned it well with the book. Her trick worked nicely. Noisy, choking with smoke, jerked his head out of the hole and ran off howling with pain. His nose was singed with the fire and his ears were cut and bruised. Poor moaning dog. But Petunia had other things to do. Beside the hedgerow, she met Straw, the horse, who was in pain from a toothache. Petunia, groaned Straw, I am dying. Surely, with your wisdom, you can stop this horrible pain. Glad to help, said Petunia. Open your mouth. Why, you poor Straw, all these teeth? No wonder you have a toothache. Look at me. Do I have teeth? Of course not. So I have no toothache. I am going to stop that pain right now. I am going to pull all those teeth out. All of them. Let me get some pliers. But Straw would not wait for the pliers. He was so afraid to lose his teeth that he never talked of his toothache to another soul. He suffered in silence. Poor forlorn horse. But Petunia had other things to do. Cotton, the kitten, went up the tree but could not come down. While he meowed and meowed, his friends called for Petunia. Glad to help, said Petunia. I know just what to do. Let's pause here and think about Petunia and her wisdom. She has been carrying the book under her wing and using her wisdom to solve everyone's problems. Is she being really wise or silly? How do you think she would help the kitten come down the tree? Keep thinking or jot down your thoughts until I'm back with the last part of the story in my next audiobook. See you soon. Happy listening.